Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Today's story is very special because I am going to share an unforgettable experience with you, my first flight to Paris. This is not just a story. It's a journey where I will introduce you to many new phrases, useful vocabulary, and important travel tips. By the end of this story, you will feel as if you traveled with me, and you will learn everything about flying alone for the first time. I know many of you might feel nervous about traveling alone, especially on an international flight, but don't worry. I will guide you through everything: what to pack, airport formalities, security checks, boarding the flight, and all the little things that first-time travelers should know. This is going to be amazing, fun, and full of new experiences. So, let's go. My name is Nick, and this journey is very special to me. Everybody loves traveling, but my trip was extra special because it was not only my first flight, but also to my dream destination, Paris. Paris is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, the capital of France, and a place filled with history, romance, and culture. It is known as the most romantic city in the world, famous for its delicious food, artistic museums, high fashion, and, of course, the iconic Eiffel Tower. I had always dreamed of visiting Paris, walking along the Seine River, exploring luxury boutiques, and sitting in a cute little cafe with a croissant and a cup of coffee. And now, that dream was coming true. But before reaching Paris, I had to go through something I had never done before: taking my first flight. I started my day early in the morning, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. The first thing I did was double-check my packing. Packing is very important when traveling by flight because airlines have strict rules. I had two types of bags: checked luggage, which is the big suitcase that goes in the airplane's cargo, and hand luggage, a small bag I could carry with me inside the plane. The airline had a weight limit: 23 kilograms for my big suitcase and 7 kilograms for my hand luggage. I packed my clothes, shoes, toiletries, and other essentials. But then, just before leaving for the airport, I realized I forgot my medicine. I panicked for a moment, but then I calmed myself down because I remembered something very useful. Airports have medical shops. So, if you ever forget something important like medicine, don't worry, you can buy it at the airport. With everything packed, I took my passport, visa, tickets, and some cash in dollars and euros. Always carry some cash when traveling because not all places accept cards, and exchanging money at the airport is more expensive. I booked a taxi to the airport, and as I sat in the car, watching the city lights pass by, my heart was racing. This was really happening. As I entered the airport, I was greeted by a huge, bright terminal full of travelers from all over the world. There were big digital screens displaying flight details, people rushing with their luggage, families saying goodbye, and airport staff helping passengers. It felt like stepping into a different world. The first thing I had to do was check in. I went to my airline's counter, showed my passport and ticket, and they gave me my boarding pass. My checked luggage was weighed and sent to the airplane. A little tip: if your luggage is overweight, you will have to pay extra, so always check the weight before leaving home. Next came the part that made me a little nervous: security check. This is where all passengers must pass through a scanner, and their hand luggage is checked for safety reasons. I placed my handbag, phone, laptop, and jacket in a tray. Suddenly, the officer told me to remove my watch, belt, and shoes. I wasn't expecting that, but then I saw everyone else doing the same. So, if this happens to you, don't feel shy. It happens to everyone. I walked through the security scanner, and thankfully, there were no issues. But remember, sharp objects like scissors, liquids above 100 milliliters, and even water bottles are not allowed in hand luggage. After security, it was time for immigration. This is where officers check your passport, visa, and travel documents. They asked me a few questions. Why I was traveling to Paris, where I would stay, and when I would return. I answered confidently, and they stamped my passport. With my documents cleared, I had some free time before boarding my flight. I decided to explore the airport, and it was one of the most fun parts of the journey. The airport was like a mini city. There were luxury shops, restaurants, bookstores, and even lounges where people could relax. I walked into a duty-free shop and saw perfumes, chocolates, and expensive brands at lower prices because they were tax-free. I was feeling hungry, so I went to the food court and had a bowl of hot noodles. It felt so good to relax and enjoy my meal while watching airplanes take off through the glass window. As I sat there, it finally hit me. I was really about to fly. Soon my boarding gate was announced. I checked my boarding pass and walked towards my gate number. An airline staff member checked my ticket and I finally entered the airplane. I had a window seat. I was so happy because I wanted to see the clouds and experience the view from the sky. The airplane was modern, clean, and comfortable. The cabin crew greeted me with a warm smile, and I found my seat easily. The seat was cozy, and the air smelled fresh. I placed my handbag under the seat in front of me, fastened my seatbelt, and waited for the big moment. Take off. The airplane started moving slowly towards the runway. My heart was beating fast. Then, I heard the pilot's voice. "Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff." Within seconds, the plane accelerated, the ground disappeared, and I was in the sky. I looked out of the window. The city below became smaller and smaller until all I could see were fluffy white clouds. It felt like floating in a dream. I had butterflies in my stomach, but it was the most amazing feeling ever. As I relaxed into my seat, I thought about how a few hours ago I was standing in an airport, and now I was flying high above the world. Traveling alone for the first time might seem scary, but trust me, it is one of the most exciting experiences of life. You learn new things, meet new people, and discover how strong and independent you are. Welcome to Paris. The moment I stepped out of the airport, a cool breeze touched my face. The air smelled different, a mix of fresh bread, coffee, and something magical. Paris had a charm, an elegance, a beauty that I had only seen in pictures. But now, I was finally here. I had planned to stay for 3 days, and I wanted to see everything. So, let's go. Explore Paris with me. The weather was chilly but not freezing, around 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius, so I put on a light sweater and my jacket. Paris has unpredictable weather, so it's always a good idea to carry a jacket and an umbrella. I took a taxi from Charles de Gaulle Airport to my hotel. The ride cost around $55, 50 euros, and the journey was about 45 minutes. On the way, I looked out of the window and saw beautiful Parisian streets, charming old buildings, and small cafes filled with people sipping coffee. I had booked a cute little hotel near the city center, which cost $120 per night. The best part? It had a balcony with a view of the Eiffel Tower. I quickly checked in, dropped my bags, and stepped out because I didn't want to waste a single moment. My first destination was Pont des Arts, also known as the Lovelock Bridge. This place is famous because couples from all over the world come here, write their names on a lock, attach it to the bridge, and throw the key into the Seine River. Even though I was alone, I still bought a lock for $5 from a nearby shop and wrote my name on it. I attached it to the bridge and made a wish to have an amazing time in Paris. The view from the bridge was breathtaking. The Seine River sparkled under the sunlight, Boats passed by, and people sat on the edge, talking and laughing. I took some pictures and then walked towards my next stop, the Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum is one of the biggest museums in the world. It has over 35,000 artworks, but my main goal was to see the Mona Lisa. The entry ticket cost me $20, 18 euros. The museum was huge with beautiful architecture. Inside, it was like stepping into another world. Giant paintings, sculptures, and golden ceilings. After walking through many halls, I finally reached her, the Mona Lisa. She was smaller than I expected, but surrounded by a huge crowd. I stood there looking at her face, trying to understand. Is she happy or sad? If you're curious about the mystery of the Mona Lisa, I've already uploaded a video where I explain everything in detail. From her mysterious smile to hidden secrets in the painting, I've covered it all. Watching this video will not only help you learn fascinating facts, but also improve your English listening skills. So, don't miss it. I spent an hour exploring more art, then decided it was time for lunch. I had heard about a famous restaurant called Pink Mama, known for its delicious Italian food and beautiful interior. I ordered their special truffle pasta, $25, and a refreshing lemonade, $5. The food was rich, creamy, and full of flavor. The restaurant had big glass windows, pink walls, and plants everywhere. It felt like a cozy, dreamy place. I enjoyed my meal slowly, savoring every bite. After lunch, it was time for Disneyland. Visiting Disneyland in Paris felt like stepping into a fairy tale. I had always dreamed of coming here. Ticket price? $75, 69 euros for one day. As soon as I entered, I saw a giant pink castle, Disney characters walking around and music playing in the background. I ran towards my favorite rides, Space Mountain, a thrilling roller coaster in the dark, Pirates of the Caribbean, a boat ride with pirates and treasure. It's a small world, a cute ride showing different cultures. After enjoying the rides, I had a Mickey-shaped ice cream, $7, and a hot dog, $10. But the best part? The parade. At 5 p.m., Disney characters like Mickey, Minnie, and Cinderella danced through the streets. It was magical. Before leaving, I bought a small souvenir, a keychain of the Eiffel Tower, $10. Next, I went to Avengers Campus inside Disneyland. If you love Marvel movies, this place is a dream. I saw Iron Man's suit, Spider-Man's web-swinging show, and even met Captain America. I tried the Spider-Man ride, where I had to shoot webs at moving targets. It was so much fun. After spending a few more hours here, I was tired but happy. It was time to head back to the city and explore more of Paris. As the sun set, I walked towards the Eiffel Tower. At night, it looked even more magical, covered in golden lights, shining beautifully. I sat on a bench nearby, enjoying a chocolate crepe, $6. The air was filled with the smell of fresh pastries and warm coffee. At 9 p.m., something amazing happened. The Eiffel Tower started sparkling. Thousands of tiny lights flickered, and everyone around me started cheering. Before ending my day, I decided to take a Seine River cruise to see Paris from the water. The ticket cost $20, 18 euros, and the boat had glass windows and open seating. As the boat moved, I saw Paris at night. Notre Dame Cathedral, the Louvre, and the Eiffel Tower reflecting in the water. The city looked even more beautiful under the stars. I closed my eyes, feeling the cool breeze, and thought, this is the most perfect day of my life. I lay in bed, thinking about all the beautiful places I had seen and the memories I had made. Soon my eyes closed, and I fell into a deep sleep. dreaming of one more perfect day in the city of love. It was my final day in Paris, and I woke up early, feeling both excited and a little sad because I knew I had to say goodbye to this magical city soon. But I promised myself I would make this last day count. So I decided to visit a few more places